Where is this planet heading in the future? Is it a nuclear explosion which will end life on Earth? Life which continues on Earth for millions of thousands of years. However, we have a different scenario for the future, where the supernatural creatures will wage a war against humans on Earth. As a scientist who works in NASA claimed recently that he had discovered an alien. Is it the space war against those aliens?
Up till now, there is no evidence assuring the previous scenarios, but there is a proof that the world's supply of fresh water is running out, as 1 person only in 5 has no access to safe drinking water. War will take place in order to obtain the last drop of fresh water on Earth. It has been said, the water is the essence of life. But what will happen if this water vanished day by day?
It is well known that the amount of fresh, drinkable water is quite shrinking during ages and ages. The UN Environment Agency warns that nearly 3 billion people will be severely short of water within 50 years. Possible flashpoints have been predicted in the Middle East, parts of Africa, and in many of the world's major river basins, including the Danube River.
Water covers 75% of Earth's surface. It's a fact, but because of pollution and world warming, the Earth will be swallowed by oceans and salty water, which cannot be used either for agricultural purposes or for drinking.
In addition to these facts, the water price has been risen noticeably. According to a study made in the United States of America, over the past 5 years, municipal rates have risen by an average of 27% in the U.S., 32% in the United Kingdom, 45% in Australia, 50% in South Africa, and 58% in Canada.
According to these facts, fears are raising more possibilities of wars over water. An expert said that the potential for violent conflict to erupt over fresh water is rising as the global pollution grows against a backdrop of climate change.
Moreover, research suggests a full 1/4 of all water conflicts over the past 5,000 years have occurred in just the last decade. But what is it about to come in hundreds of years?
According to 3 of UN Secretaries General, the next war in the Middle East will be fought over water, not politics. Boutros Ghali, 1985. First competition for fresh water may well become a source of conflict and wars in the future. Kofi Annan, 2001. And the consequences for humanity are grave. Water scarcity threatens economic and social gains and is a potent fuel for wars and conflict. Ban Ki-moon, 2007.
Some experts suggested that the world's top-ranked potential water conflict hotspots are in Arab region, compromise of the Middle East, and North Africa.
According to United Nations in 1955, just 3 countries in the Arab region, Bahrain, Jordan, and Kuwait, were among of the 7 worldwide deemed water scarce.
By 1990, 13 countries were added to this list, including 8 from the Arab region: Algeria, Israel, and the Palestinian territories, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, Tunisia, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. By 2025, the UN predicted 10 more countries will be water scarce, 7 of them in the Middle East: Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Libya, Morocco, Oman, and Syria.
The Economist claims that the argument over Syria's water right to the Sea of Galilee is now the only real stumbling block to the peace treaty between Syria and Israel. Negotiations broke down last January after the 2 sides appeared to agree on everything save the future of a sliver of territory on the northeast coast of the sea. Israel had insisted on keeping control of that, since the Sea of Galilee supplies more than 40% of its drinking water.
A study said more than 11,000 people died in a cholera epidemic induced by polluted water in Latin America in the 1990s. Every year, according to the World Bank, the amount of water polluted equals the quantity of water consumed. In many regions of the world, mainly in Africa, people walk for hours to have their daily water ration.
Water is becoming one of the largest industries around the world due to the necessary need for all humans. Some companies are trying to ship water in bulk to countries with low supply of water, but it has become difficult to get the support of the government, as the government is not allowing such actions to be committed due to the public outcry of the countries.
A black image in the future of the fresh water resources has drawn by specialists as they predict that people in the world will die out of thirst, or people will spend all their money and wealth to buy a bottle of fresh drinkable water.
What do people have to do? How people can find a solution for this dilemma before this earth ends as a wasteland?
Some suggestions say that the conflicts over water can be avoided in favor of cooperation.
Some of the world's solutions have been gone to the technological solutions as to purify or sweeten the salty water.
Protection of the world's forests, along with limited greenhouse gas emissions, should be among the top global conservation priorities to reserve and have more of fresh water. As specialists said, Canada has the unrivaled opportunity to protect the world's largest intact freshwater ecosystem and the responsibility to enact sound conservation and sustainable development policy to safeguard the boreal forest. The longer we wait to act, the fewer the conservation options that will continue to be available. Without prompt action, Canada may miss the opportunity to protect this global treasure.
People and governments around the world should act directly, or wasteland is hiding behind the door.